Welcome to GaijinPot Study's Frequently Asked Questions video. My name is Laura, and together with my colleagues Emily and Mike, we will be answering common questions we get from those wanting to study here in Japan. We'll be covering what you need to know before you apply, how the application process goes, and even a bit about your potential future life in Japan. If you're short on time, use the timestamps to find the answers to your questions most relevant to you. Without further ado, let's begin.
I want to study Japanese in Japan. Where do I get started? I'm Amelie from France. Our first question is about how to start the process. To study Japanese in Japan, you have two options. If you just want to test the waters, you can come for a short-term course as a temporary visitor or on a tourist visa. That's your first option. For option 2, you can take the plunge and commit to studying for 6 months up to 2 years. For that, you'll need to apply for a student visa. The application is a two-step process. Step 1 is getting what's called a certificate of eligibility, often referred to as COE, from the Immigration Bureau in Japan. To get a COE, you'll need to apply to a school, who in turn will submit your paperwork to immigration. Step 2 is to use the COE to get the visa in your passport from the Japanese embassy. Once you have your visa, you can come to Japan.
Is GaijinPot Study free? Hi, I'm Mike from the US. It's a good first question that many students have, and I'm happy to say that GaijinPot Study is entirely free to students. We're a service to assist both the admissions teams of the schools we work with and you. This gives us an easy-to-follow flow at no extra charge. We see this as a service to help bring people to Japan and get them introduced into the GaijinPot brand, which is why we don't charge anything for our users.
Can I come to Japan anytime to study? If you're aiming for a student visa, the Immigration Bureau has a specific calendar for student visa applications. Because of this, we recommend you inquire as early as possible to confirm the timing. Most schools accept 4 times per year in April, July, October, and January. Generally, you should aim to apply at least 6 months before your preferred start date.
Can anyone apply? Is there a screening process to qualify for a student visa? The Immigration Bureau has a set of criteria you will need to meet to get a student visa. The criteria vary based on factors like age or nationality. At the beginning of the process, your coordinator will ask you to fill out a preliminary form. This form will ask for information like education, work experience, and past travel history to Japan. But the most important section is the financial sponsorship. You need someone who can vouch for you financially, that can meet the savings and annual requirements set by immigration.
Do I need a sponsor, even if I will pay for everything myself? Yes, you can sponsor yourself. The sponsorship requirement is basically just a way for immigration to ensure you will not run into financial difficulties in Japan. So, as long as your own savings and income meet the requirements, you don't need anyone else's help.
Who can sponsor me? For sponsors, immigration prefers immediate family members like parents. But based on your situation, we can try to figure out potential arrangements within your extended family.
Can my boyfriend or girlfriend sponsor me? No. Unfortunately, a boyfriend or girlfriend cannot be your sponsor, sorry. Immigration only accepts family or legal relatives.
Do I need to send documents to Japan? After you provide your filled out preliminary form, your coordinator will give you a personalized list of required documents. Luckily, most applicants will only need to send documents digitally, though there are times we may ask you to send some physical documents. If mailing physical documents is required, it will usually be around the end of the application process. However, sometimes documents are requested after the application ends and immigration makes a request. So in that case, you'll have to send it to Japan right away. Please try to scan your documents and send them in an orderly manner. The easier you make it for the admission team and the immigration officer that reviews your application, the better.
I'm worried about getting accepted. Can I apply to multiple schools to ensure I get in? You can only apply to one school at a time. As long as you meet the provided requirements, you'll definitely get in, so there is no need to apply for multiple schools. If multiple schools apply to immigration on your behalf, it will confuse them and you could even endanger your application. You are of course welcome to inquire about different schools, but be sure to apply only with one.
When can I arrive in Japan? Can I visit Japan as a tourist during the application process and get my visa while I'm there? You are welcome to travel to Japan mid-application, but you cannot receive the visa while in Japan. You will need to be in your home country to receive the visa from the Japanese embassy. So please be sure to inform us ahead of time about any potential travel plans you have.
I have kids. Can I bring them with me? Unfortunately, you are not allowed to bring dependents, including children or spouses. They would have to apply for their own separate student visa, assuming they are able to.
Can I bring my pet? Yes, you can bring your pet. In order to keep animal quarantine to a minimum though, be prepared as there's a minimum 180-day waiting period to get all the necessary veterinary certificates.
How do payments work? Can I pay in installments? Your tuition must be paid up front for the first year, though some schools offer 6 months installments. There are no monthly payment options. Sorry.
I'm ready to get started. What important information should I share with GaijinPot Study? When starting the application process, please fill out the preliminary form with as much information as you can. In particular, it's important to know about your past travels to Japan, or if you have had a visa before. If you potentially have a criminal record or are rejected for a visa in the past, please let us know as early as possible. These may not necessarily disqualify you, but may affect the priority of tasks we do.
Can I cancel an application? If you wish to cancel your application with us, you can do so at any time. If you cancel before your application is submitted to immigration, you don't have anything particular to do aside from telling us. However, if you cancel the application after it is submitted or after your certificate of eligibility is issued, a cancellation letter addressed to the Immigration Bureau will be needed. Please note that for schools that have application fees, these will not be refunded even if you cancel.
Something about my personal situation changed mid-application. Should I let you know? Please let us know about any situational changes, including things like your address, phone number, workplace, or school. It won't influence an ongoing application, but your school should be up to date on your status in the event that the Immigration Bureau has questions.
How long does it take to get the application result? Schools generally let us know when they submit applications to immigration, along with the date around when they expect to get the application results. During that waiting period, immigration doesn't offer any update, so it's a waiting game. While the exact time frame varies, often your application result will come around a month and a half ahead of when classes start. There are also some schools that do not have a specific deadline for applications, in which case the process often takes between 4 to 12 weeks from the date of submission. We will get in touch with you as soon as there is news about your certificate of eligibility.
My COE was approved. Can I come to Japan right away? Getting the COE is the biggest step in the application process, but there's still a bit more to do. It's mostly just a formality, but you now need to use the COE to apply for the actual visa. The exact process often changes, so we recommend you consult the website of your nearest embassy or consulate to confirm. Most embassies require you to make an appointment, fill out a short form, and bring in some documents.
How can I find a place to live in Japan? You have many options. Renting an apartment or staying in a share house are the two most popular ones. Schools will often have recommendations based on companies they partner with. We can connect you with apartment finding services run by our company as well. You are also welcome to look for housing on your own.
Can I work part-time while studying? Yes, you can work part-time while studying in Japan. You need a work permit, but it is easy to get. There is a short form you can fill out prior to your flight, which you can hand to immigration staff at the airport. They'll then stamp your new residence card with a part-time work permission, allowing you to work up to 28 hours per week. Though, keep in mind, you'll need to let your school know about any part-time work you do. If you didn't give the work permit form to immigration at the airport, you can still apply for it after you arrive. Your school can help you with this.
Can I work remotely for my current employer? If you work remotely and wish to continue working for your current company while studying in Japan, this is doable. Just be sure to respect the 28-hour rule and be sure to remember that you're here to study.
Will I get health insurance? Yes. You will need to enroll in Japan's National Health Insurance Plan. Schools also have their own additional insurance plan for students, which combined with the national insurance, will essentially cover all of your basic medical expenses.
While I'm studying, can I transfer schools? In general, transfers are technically possible, but you must have a good reason to transfer, good grades, and good attendance. Most schools will not accept a transfer for personal reasons, such as wanting a change of atmosphere, so be careful with the school you choose. You should also aim to transfer in between terms. Be aware that you will have to pay a lot of additional fees to your new school, along with potentially losing the tuition you have already paid to your current school.
Can I stay in Japan after graduation? After you graduate, and assuming there's still time left on your residence card and you don't have a job or new school lined up, you should consult with immigration regarding how long you can stay. If you wish to stay in Japan, it is highly recommended to apply for a new status around graduation. So make sure to plan ahead with regards to job hunting or applying to schools.
That's all for our frequently asked questions. Did we answer your questions? If not, please email your study coordinator if you're already in touch with us, or fill out our inquiry form and reach out. We look forward to hearing from you.